Aloha, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. We just got, actually, a couple hours ago, just got some information on an Amber Alert. And of course, me being in Hawaii, I don't tend to get these till a little bit later than everyone else because of being asleep. But I wanted to get this information about Areli out as quickly as possible. Hey there, Robbie, and enjoy your workout. And everyone, pull up a chair real quickly, and I can introduce you to Miss Areli as I feed the dogs treats. See you in a sec.
Aloha and welcome to the Local My Life.
Good morning again, gang. Sorry, they are noisy pups today. Hey, everyone who's joining in. As I said, hello, Mr. Robbie. Robbie's working out right now. And GCM, Gulf Coast, I love you, my dear. Frank, I can always depend on Frank being here. Hey, Frank. And Kelly's here, and Sandwich. And oh my gosh, we got everyone here already. Gosh, that was quick. For a real quick live like this, thank you guys so much for checking. Hey, YouTube must be doing its job with some notifications. I like. Tammy, thank you so much for getting this out. Yes, we've got basically a new Amber Alert. This is a 14-year-old who went missing. Here we go. Went missing yesterday. She actually went missing at about 9:20 or so in the 9:50 in the morning. And hello, support with Steffa. Hey there. Hey. And she went missing, 14 years old. Hey, Sleuth Mom. And they initially thought she was a runaway, but very quickly, and this is why Sleuth Mom and I know Sleuth Mom has been on this too, because she covered it too. Both of us get so upset at the term runaways and how people kind of just, oh, it's a runaway. It doesn't matter. It's just a runaway. No. Okay, our runaways, 9 times out of 10, are in more danger than a lot of the abduction cases that we see. So this is a perfect example of that. So Areli, we're going to kind of go through this. As you can see here, there's 2 people involved in this case. Areli is the 14-year-old. The other person you see there, David Lopez, is a 20-year-old who is thought to be with her. And hello, Siren. How you doing, my dear? So they basically, what we know right now is yesterday, Monday, the 21st of March, Arroyo Osuna was last seen getting into a vehicle that was driven by this gentleman. Okay, well, I'm not going to call him a gentleman because he ain't no gentleman right now in my eyes, but okay, whatever. And David Lopez, who is also sometimes goes by the name Emilsar Vasquez. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Authorities initially thought she was a runaway, as I mentioned. Teenager, they automatically always seem to think it's a runaway. However, something has happened over the last 24 hours that has made the Utah police realize this is not a runaway. Okay, she wasn't fighting when she got in the car. They actually have video, it looks like, of her getting in the car. I'll show you guys actually a freeze frame from it. However, something else has come together to lead them to this decision that no, this girl is in extreme danger. In fact, I saw in some locations where it said her life was in danger. So we are definitely talking something there. Now, one of the things I'm noticing with her, with a lot of the people that go missing, they can look so differently depending on what the picture is. Okay, looking at Areli, okay, she's 4'7". Okay, 90 pounds. So she's small and slight. Okay, you look at some of these pictures of her here, okay, on this page, and she looks young and she looks like a 14-year-old. Other ones, she's got her makeup on and stuff like that, and she slowly starts looking like a 16, 17-year-old. So it's important. One thing I've noticed while putting this one together, those of you who have parents that are parents of teenagers or preteens, take pictures of your children in all different setups, okay? without makeup on, if they're putting on makeup, okay? Because we don't know right now if someone saw her at a truck stop or a McDonald's or something like that, we don't know which version she might look like. She might have on a lot of makeup at that point, or she may be looking fresh faced, like you're seeing right here. So something it started putting together as I was looking at it, and I was like, that's something new. And yes, Sleuth Mom just hit it on the head. Please take pictures without Snapchat filters. Okay, a lot of times, especially as children, okay, when we've got our preteens and all, they love their hell, we love our filters. Okay, we need to make sure we're getting pictures with and without. Okay, don't just depend, because every one of your preteens' pictures probably are filtered up a storm. Get pictures of them in their natural setting, because I guarantee you, when she's seen at McDonald's or something like that, 90% chance you're going to be seeing her more in the fresh face. Okay, now there are situations, unfortunately, where it may be more made up and stuff, and those are the cases, especially with a preteen and a teen, with trafficking, and that's what I'm talking about here. You may very well see people with makeup and stuff like that. So please be open to all those things. So, as I mentioned a second ago, one of the things that happened is she got into a vehicle. Let me real quickly pull that vehicle up. So the vehicle that she was seen getting into yesterday morning was a black Nissan Altima. We do not have the year. However, that is basically what your normal black Nissan Altima looks like. She did get into the car. Again, like I said, she wasn't fighting. She got into it normally. So chances are the two of them were talking, whether it was on the internet or wherever. Okay, she knew him from somewhere and had gotten into them. Let me put this back up so we can see her. And so what we've got here, as you can see, sorry, I got pups getting upset, is the two of them. Now, here's the example of what I was saying. Okay, see here on the right side there, you're seeing more of the filtered version. In fact, that might actually be a filter. And she looks different all of a sudden. She looks older. She doesn't look like the 14-year-old. She looks much older all of a sudden. We've also can see the gentleman on the left, or the guy on the left, is 20-year-old David Lopez or Emilsar Vasquez. Now, in the middle, I have reason to believe, I found this one picture, and it looks like it is him and her in the outfit she was wearing. Because they do talk that she was wearing, a denim jacket, denim pants, white Nikes. She had a white bag. That looks like that might actually be video. So my thought is they have video of her getting into this vehicle with him. Okay, but you can see immediately. I mean, I don't know how tall. We have no identifying information on him other than the picture and his name. But she's 4'7", so he looks like he's got to be 5'9" or so. Maybe it's kind of hard to see because she's kind of down a little bit there. But you can see a huge difference in height between them. And also, I'll get a little bit more of an understanding there on what they look like. So I'm going to leave that one up a second. Yeah, she looks, Frank, exactly. She looks completely different in that picture. And that's one of the reasons why I've noticed a lot of times recently, especially with the cases that are thought initially as a runaway, then turns into they've been lured away or something like that. A lot of time, the child or the preteen or, teenager, you see pictures with them looking totally different, depending. Filters can be fun, but filters can truly change the way we look. I mean, I just had the wedding over the weekend, and I looked completely different once I was made up with makeup on and stuff like that. So it's important to do those things. So please do take those pictures. Make sure you have all those things on hand with you. Let let me real quickly move on to this one. More pictures of her, okay, just in her normal setting. Okay, so she was last seen. Okay, they're listing her as a white female with brown hair and brown eyes, 90 pounds and 4'7" tall. She was last seen wearing denim pants, a denim jacket, black shirt, white Nike shoes, and carrying a large white bag. And oh, yes, Frank, I've seen pictures of you in makeup, and you totally. Hey, Siren also, actually. And also, they do remind us that she is not related to Osuna. Osuna is not related to Lopez. There is no idea how they met up with each other whatsoever. There's also just a lot of people have asked me. Actually, I'm going to go back while I talk about this one last bit so you can see both of them. A lot of people ask, what is the difference between getting an Amber Alert? What has to happen for an Amber Alert? Well, this is actually a great idea because we've always heard, well, some places you have to have information on the car that left. Other people, you have to see them taken away. All these different things. Okay. In this case, I was able to get what Utah's criteria was. So, and I think it's definitely something as we look further and see Amber Alerts, what are the different triggering mechanisms? And I think this is one place where we do need more federal guidelines at this point. But in Utah, basically, to have an Amber Alert, and we can see, okay, when she first went missing versus where it is now, they have to have belief that the child was abducted or the victim or victims are facing imminent danger or serious bodily injury or death. Now, the thought is on this one is they thought she was a runaway at first. She may still be, quote unquote, a runaway. That's why I hate that word. But that second part is where I think they definitely have a concern. They feel that she is in imminent danger. They feel, as I've seen in some reports, that her life is in danger. Okay, a runaway can have their life put in danger. And we got to get past this idea that a runaway does not have any danger whatsoever. Next, the victim has to be 17 years old or younger. Okay, click, that happens in that case. Or in Utah, the police department has to feel, hey guys, stop it. Sorry. Hey, sorry. I have a dog who's in heat. And this dog is being a bitch. And also, oh, have your treat there. Oh my gosh, she's horrible. Yes, unless you're a breeder, please have your dogs fixed. It does make life much easier. And also, but yeah, in this case, there's definitely thought that she is in danger, 17 years old. Okay, and there is a thought the public can help. Okay, now, part of what is thought going on at this point is they got in their car and they drove. Now, I'm hearing that he drove from, if I have this correct, and Sleuth Mom, if you heard differently, let me know. He drove from Texas to Utah to pick her up. So that becomes a major red flag for me on one level. Someone who's in Texas, you are very close to the border. He knows the border. He knows what's going on in that area. So if he's gone and picked her up in Utah, and then he comes, okay, they're heading back, and this is exactly what the police are worried about right now. They think that they are on their way back to either Texas or Mexico. We all can figure it out from there. Okay, they're very concerned about trafficking in this case. Okay, that's pretty much a no-brainer at this point with all the information we're getting. So based off of that, they've been gone since 9:50 a.m. yesterday morning, their time. So this has been about 28 to 30 hours ago now. Who knows where she is right now? This is why we need to get, again, and I say this over and over, Sleuth Mom has said it, Tammy, All of us who get the word out about things, lip locked. Okay, Arctic Fox, get the word out. Help us get her picture out. Help us get the different posters out so we can get the information to the right places. Most likely they are not in Utah anymore. But you know what? He may have been from Texas. Who's to say they didn't go from Utah towards California and then down to Mexico? It could be anywhere. So we really need to get the word out. So again, okay, Arroyo Osuna, 14 years old, went missing yesterday morning around 9:50 in the morning from Magna, Utah. She is 4'7" and weighs 90 pounds, has brown hair, brown eyes. It looks like the hair is about just below the shoulder length, okay, mid back. She was last seen wearing denim pants, denim jacket, white Nikes, black shirt, and carrying a large white bag. Now, as we say many times, if someone is part of something more nefarious, okay, trafficking, things like that, they may quickly be put into other clothing. They may have hair cut. They may have hair color changed. All those things. So important to look at beyond that. Look at her face. Look at how her eyes look. Look at how her nose looks. Okay, remembering her height. Things like that are really easy to recognize. Okay, her height is definitely something we can be looking at right now. 4'7" is on the lower end. Okay, 90 pounds. So those are the things we need to really be taking a look at. Samich, at 20, I imagine he'll reach out to family at some point. Yes, that would be, if it does do that, that would be huge. Okay, if he does reach out to his family, friends, I guarantee you, if not family, friends for sure. Okay, you get someone at this age, okay, he's doing this for some reason, and we've all heard the different stories about how people get money for getting a child, okay, turning someone else in for trafficking, things like that. They've got their group of friends that they talk with. So friends, okay, a friend may have heard from a friend, okay, about what's going on here. So the more we can get this out, the better off. And it's not just Utah at this point. We are talking, my thought is, anywhere from Utah all the way down to Texas, California, okay, into Mexico at this point. They were last seen getting into a black Nissan Altima. And let's see, and we're headed towards Texas or Mexico. And exactly, Tammy, they take them to a holding house. That's where and guys, you know what, maybe this is a subject that Sleuth Mom, a bunch of us can get together, talk about. When you're dealing with this type of crime, what they often do, they're not going to grab them right away and take them straight into Mexico. There's timing that leads up to stuff like that. Unless the two of them are running away to Mexico, that's a different issue. But they will often take them to a holding house. And as Tammy mentioned there, they start getting them pliable. How do you get someone pliable? Well, you load them up on drugs. You give them drugs. So they can't they can't fight back. They can't think quickly on their feet, things like that. So, and then they start moving them, getting picked up, moving to different houses, things like that. So, and at some point, decisions are made where people go at that point. That's why it's so, and who's to say even Mexico is where they're headed? If it is a situation like that, they can be going anywhere. Oh, Frank, really? Frank's saying, I believe he can marry her in Mexico. That is, sorry, let me bring this up so I can show comments. That is definitely, I never thought about that one. But yeah, that could very well be potential here. And also, and in a case like this, again, take a look at the picture. Okay, we saw some of the pictures like back here where she looks like a young girl. She looks like 13, 14 years old, if that. And then all of a sudden, you see that. We don't know what she's looking like. Oh my God, Frank. There you go. And so we have to be open to things. Now, Unified Police Department is in Utah. They've been dealing with a lot lately. They had 2 other Amber Alerts that went out yesterday for 2 children. Luckily, those 2 children were found. I know I had heard about, oh, wow, we've got 3 missing people in one area at one time. And I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And then found out they were totally unrelated. Okay, Frank just checked. That is okay. So Frank just checked. Girls at age 14 can get married, boys at age 16. So bingo, right there. In Mexico, those 2 could be married. And again, gang, I hate to say it. People get married sometimes without both people really consenting. Okay? If you're in a relationship or in a type of trafficking type situation or any situation like that, okay, especially if you've been given drugs, if you're being threatened, we don't know if there's any threatening going on right now. We don't know. All we know is the police have gone from the point of saying this was a runaway yesterday to this girl's life is in danger today. So something has changed to make people realize this is not a normal runaway situation. Sandwich, boys at 16 and girls at least 14, but under 18 still need parental consent. Loopholes for that. Yes, exactly. All you need is some, guy to have fake information saying, oh, yeah, I'm her dad and I give permission. Okay. And looking at her, I'm like, okay, yeah, she could actually fit in Mexico very easily. So see, we don't know where things are going with this. So all we can do, and that's why we're great if we do all of our speculation and stuff like that, because that's who all of us are, okay? We like to try to figure out what's happening, what's making these people click, okay? What is it that's leading them to make the decisions they do? But we don't know where they are. We don't know where they are. We don't know what they're doing. We don't know what the thought process was. What I can say is this. I woke up, Sleuth Mom had done this video about her a couple hours ago. So I literally was hoping I would go click on and look and do research and find out she'd been found, because 9 times out of 10 with Amber Alerts lately, they're found pretty quickly. Okay, to be honest, the program works. It does work. Yes, it has its problems and stuff like that, but it really does work. But we got to get the word out, and that's what it does. Tammy, what I got here. In Walterboro, South Carolina, they arrested a teenage boy. He was trafficking the teenage girl. They even found one white van. When you're inside, can't make phone calls. Wow. And gang, when you're talking trafficking, you're talking these people, okay, each of these girls and boys, and I got news for you. Trafficking is not only about girls. They traffic boys. They traffic people at all the younger ages also. And there's so much money into it that doing exactly what Tammy just said here about having special made vans is real. Okay, because that's all they have to do. I was able to look when my dad, my dad was handicapped and all that in the last couple of years of his life, and was amazed at the things they could do to a van to make it handicap accessible. Okay, things that I would have even dreamt about. They're like, oh yeah, we can make that work. So why can they not do exactly what Tammy just said? Have systems in place in the vehicle where a phone call cannot be made, dampeners, things like that. Okay, lead-lined vans. Wow. Stops radiation. See, there's so many different things out there. So what it all comes down to is this is a big business. And this is why I think we need to get rid of the whole idea that just because someone runs away, it's not important anymore. This is too big of a business. And it is the runaways and the preteen age that's getting caught with this. And unfortunately, if If we did not just jump at the idea of runaways, it would not have taken 24 hours for an Amber Alert. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have different levels of alerts. Maybe we do have different levels of alerts. But if they could have gotten this information out last night, before 24 hours had passed, we all know, we've all watched the TV show about the first 48 hours, the first 24 hours, and how we need to get the information out quicker, plain and simple. And so the more we can do, I will, again, like I've said before, what I'll be doing as soon as I get done with this, I have the YouTube thumbnail type thing that you're just looking at right now. I have created the Instagram version also because this is such a new one. There's not a lot of posters per se out for her yet. So I will put those posters up on my community page as well as Discord so people can help us get this word out as quick as possible. Gang, every time I start with one of these new posters, give you a little behind the scenes thing, what I do. I have that found safe banner that I put on once they've been found. I start off with that found safe every single time. Because in the back of my mind, as I start typing all this stuff out, I'm already in my mind. Okay. For those of you who believe in manifesting things, there you go. Okay. She's going to be brought home. From the get-go, she's going to get brought home. So I will get those out ASAP. If you guys can help us out, okay, let's do whatever we can on getting her face out there. Let's get David Lopez's face out there. Let's make it to where he can't go anywhere without being recognized. We have that power. You guys do it every time. I'm amazed every single time I go into the comments and people are like, I shared this, I shared this, I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Because for every time you share, I guarantee you there's got to be anywhere, depending on your platform, 10 to 50 other people are going to see it. And if even one of those people share it, think how quickly things move. So all it is getting her face out so that everything can be seen. So thank you all so much. I hope you guys are having an awesome Tuesday. I know our times have changed. Hawaii does not do daylight savings time stuff. So we are now 3 hours behind California, not 2 hours. So I have to keep remembering that when I talk to y'all. I am right now working on a new kind of special missing subject. I want to talk about all the missing children that are popping up right now in the Ukraine. I was watching a video the other day and realized how many people cannot find their children right now with the Ukraine because they've ran away or they're not ran. They try to get them into someplace safe and now they can't track them anywhere. Orphanages trying to get children safe, so they've crossed them over to other countries, and now they don't know where everyone is. So I'm working on doing a video on that right now, and we'll let you guys know more about that. I hope we can do that within the next day or two. So keep an eye out for that. So please keep an eye. Miss Areli over here. Let's get her face out there. You guys are awesome. If anyone has any information on her, please call the Unified Police Department at 801-840-4000. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you later. Aloha and mahalo. Pup says mahalo too. Bye-bye.